Well, let's get started tonight on our mat, standing nice and tall, breathing deeply. All right, so just as we would if we were laying flat on our mat, we're rolling our shoulders back, our knees are soft and relaxed, our chest is open, and we're really breathing deeply into the chest, the abdomen, and the back. So take a couple moments to take a couple nice deep breaths. Really feeling your chest expand and shoulders rise with each inhale. And then the way the whole body relaxes as you exhale. Now we'll begin moving with the breath. So let's inhale both arms all the way up, look upwards, and exhale, arms back down to our sides. So a couple times, inhale, arms up, exhale, lower, and one more, inhale, arms up. This time as you exhale, place the right hand around the left wrist and gently pull the arms and the shoulders over towards the right side of the room, finding length through the left side of the torso. Keep reaching through the fingers, breathing deeply. And then let's come back through center, switch sides, left hand around right wrist, lift up and over to the left. Keeping the shoulders back, biceps next to the ears, and breathe. Excellent. Bring the arms to center, release them down to our sides. Let's do a couple shoulder rolls, really squeezing the shoulder blades together as we roll the shoulders back. And then the opposite direction. Excellent. Let's walk our feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, toes turned out towards the side. Keep the knees soft. And we're just going to gently swing the arms side to side, gently waking up the spine and the back. Good. Let's come to center. Place our hands on our thighs. Slide them down towards the knees as we bend the knees and reach the hips back. Again, we're going to continue to warm up the back of the body. So drop your left shoulder towards the midline. Open your chest towards the right wall of your room and look to the right. So our lower body is staying steady, staying in place. We're just revolving the torso to the right side. Let's come through center. And now lower the right shoulder towards the midline. Look over your left shoulder or just to the left side of your room. So try not to let the right hip follow. We want to keep the hips square and the knees open, pointing towards the center of the foot. Let's come back to center and left side once more. Looking to the right. Maybe you can sink back and down a little bit in the legs. Come through center, right shoulder, last time. Bring it towards the middle. Come through center and all the way up. Let's bring our feet back under our hips. And we're actually going to stretch out the muscles along the front of our foot and ankle. So we do this in hero pose traditionally, some other variations when we're on the mat. But what I'd like you to do is take your right foot, step it back so the tops of, the tops of our toes are on the mat. And I'd like you to pull that right foot in towards your body while pressing down through the toes until you feel a stretch through the front of the foot and ankle. And be gentle. We don't want to put too much pressure on the toes. That's not where we should be feeling it. But rather, we're feeling it through the lower shin, the front of the ankle, and the top of the foot. So depending on each of our flexibility, maybe you feel that stretch when the foot is straight back behind you. Maybe it takes a little bit longer and you need to have it under the body to feel that stretch. So that's why I'm showing it in profile. Anywhere in there is good as long as we're feeling it in the lower shin and top of the foot. While we've got our foot stretch happening, let's reach out our arms and circle the hands. Wake up those wrists, go both directions. Good. Now let's release our foot, shake it out. That may feel a little bit different than the standing leg. All right, we often forget about those little muscles along the feet and ankles. And we'll do the opposite side. So toe down behind you, pull it in until you feel that stretch. Again, there is pressure going down into the toes, but the ideal stretching is from the top of the foot to the lower shin. Now, we'll take one hand, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Use the opposite hand to gently pull the fingertips in towards the top of the forearm. Excellent. Let's switch hands while we continue to stretch that foot. So flexing the opposite hand and pulling the fingertips back. Let the hand relax. Excellent. Let's release the hands, release the foot, shake out both legs. Interlace the fingers, reach the knuckles away from your shoulders, round the back of your body, drop your chin down towards your chest. Lift the head, neck, and chest up. Straighten out the legs, bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers again, roll the shoulders back and together, reach the thumbs away from your hips, lifting the chest and look upwards. Excellent. Let's release, come back to mountain pose, arms by the sides, looking straight ahead. And we're going to step to the top of our mat. If we're not there already, to do a couple sun salutations to warm up the body. So let's move with our breath, inhaling, exhaling the palms together at the center of our chest. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips all the way down to the mat. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. This is just the warm up. Inhale, right leg back. Knee down, foot flat, look upwards. Curl the right toes and exhale, left leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead to the mat. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest, look upwards. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the side, shoulders back and away from the ears. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead. Inhale, slide forward, press the palms, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, press the palms, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes. Exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, press to the palms, look up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the side, shoulders back and away from the ears. Let's stand nice and tall, lift the eyes up, find a point to focus on. We're going to go right into our balance practice. So rooting down through the left foot, draw the abs in to support the body, keeping it nice and tall. Our left knee should be soft and our shoulders are back. We want to keep them stacked over our hips throughout the balance practice. Let's use those abs to help lift the right leg up in line with our hip. Bring our hands either under the thigh or you can bring them around to the shin if you prefer. So either placement of the hands are fine as long as we don't find ourselves leaning over. Our shoulders have to stay back. So hold it here. Continue breathing. Notice the hip of the standing leg. Remember, we don't want to shift our weight too far over to the left. We should be pressing down through that left foot and actively growing tall out of the left hip and thigh. Keep a hold of the right leg and the right hand. Bring the left hand to the hip. And we're going to open the right knee to the right side. So imagine it's on a hinge. We're just gently bringing the knee to the right, keeping our shoulders over our hips and our left hip over the left ankle. Breathe deeply. And let's bring that knee forward one more time. Pull the abs in a little bit deeper. So we really want to use all 4 layers of our abdominals to stabilize the body. Right hand comes to the right hip. Flex the right foot. Press through the heel. Lift those toes up towards the sky. Now we're building strength in the abs, the standing glute, hamstring, and thigh, as well as the lifted thigh to keep the leg up. So keep breathing here. One more. And exhale, lower the right foot with control all the way down to the mat. Excellent job. Shake it out. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Excellent. So we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So let's root down through our right foot now. Toes spread wide. Right knee is soft. Shoulders are back. Abs are engaged. At your own pace, we're lifting the left leg and holding either the upper shin or the hamstring. Keeping the shoulders back. The foot can remain relaxed, or if you find it a little bit easier with the toe pointed or flexed, go for it. Continue holding the left leg with the left hand, right hand to the right hip. Open up the left knee to the left side. Again, if you're sinking to the right hip as we rotate the leg, lift up and tall out of the hip. And let's come back to center. Left hand to the left hip, brace the abs, drawing the navel in towards the spine. Flex the left foot, press through the heel, lift the toes upwards. Keep the shoulders stacked over the hips so we're not leaning back to counterbalance that leg. Press down a little bit more deeply through the rooted leg. And exhale, lower the foot all the way down to the mat. Excellent job. So our legs should be nice and toasty. Shake them out. All right, let's come to the top of our mat. If we're not already there, we're going to take a big step back with the right foot. So we're going to go right into our warrior two. So wide stance. Remember, we want our left heel pointing towards the right arch. Arms are up at shoulder height for warrior two, turning our head, looking past the left fingers. Let's inhale and exhale, bending the left knee. So as we bend that knee, it now comes over the ankle or heel. So that knee is stacked. Our kneecap is pointing towards the second or third toe, stretching out the inner thigh. And we're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Our chest is open. We're breathing deeply. Good, let's flip the left palm up towards the sky and inhale, lift the fingertips upwards, keeping the lower body in place and just relaxing the right hand down towards the right leg, the back leg, as we look upwards towards the left palm. Excellent. Again, keep the lower body exactly where it is. We're just going to bring our arms back to parallel, back to our warrior two. Take a nice deep breath here. And as we exhale, move into extended side angle. So you can bend the left forearm and bring the left arm down to the thigh, or the traditional version, we're going to bring the left hand all the way down, placing the left pinky just inside the left arch. This gives a little bit more stretch through the inner thigh. Our right arm is reaching forward, palms flat. We're looking upwards towards the hand. If you find that your knee has crept forward of your ankle, you need to widen your stance. All right, the more we do this, and we do this one a lot, the more familiar our body gets with it, and that's great. We get a little bit stuck in our muscle memory though, so sometimes we need to adjust our feet or our body to challenge it a little bit more. Let's take one more breath. And then we're going to exhale and press deeply into that left leg, straightening it out. Bring the torso and arms all the way up. Let them float down to the sides. Rotate the left toes so our feet are parallel and bring our hands up to our hips. Let's take an inhale. Exhaling, hinging forward so our back is flat. We're dropping our gaze as we fold forward. And when we're halfway down, lower the fingertips to the mat. Continue to fold forward, looking through the legs. Letting the head and neck relax. And many of us hold tension in the jaw or the upper back to mentally release and remind our body that we want to relax those areas. Sometimes it helps to just shake our head left and right very gently or up and down. Maybe open and close the mouth a couple times to really let the jaw relax. And as you breathe, notice if you can let your body relax deeper into this fold and sink down a little bit closer to the mat. Maybe adjusting the hands and walking them back towards the space between the feet. And now rotate the chest towards the right leg. Walk your hands over towards the right foot. It's okay if they don't quite get there. We just want to walk them that direction so we can center the chest in front of the right thigh. Keep the head and neck relaxed. Good. Walk the hands back through center and over towards the left foot or ankle. Keep breathing. Good. Hands back through center. And use the palms to help support the body, walking the toes and heels together until the feet are under the hips. And then round up, stacking the back. Rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chin off the chest. Excellent. Let's come back to the top of our mat. We'll repeat that on the opposite side. So from the top of our mat, we'll now take our left foot, a nice big step back. Remember, we're starting with warrior two. but we want that right heel pointing towards the left arch, our arms extended at shoulder height. Turn your head, look past the right fingers. And on your next exhale, bend the right knee. So knee is stacked over ankle and heel. Kneecap is pointing towards the middle toes on the right foot. Our shoulders are back and we can breathe deeply. Let's flip the right palm up towards the ceiling. And on your next exhale, gently lower the left hand back along the left leg, looking upwards towards the right palm. Our lower body stays in our warrior lunge. We're feeling a stretch through the right side of the torso, as well as strengthening the right quad and inner thigh. Let's take one more breath. And then exhale back to warrior two. And from here, moving into extended side angle. So right forearm to right thigh, or right hand all the way down to the mat, right pinky next to the right arch. Reaching the left arm forward. Adjust your stance if need be. We don't want that knee creeping ahead of the toes. We want it stacked over the ankle. Open up the chest and look at the left palm. Good, let's inhale. And exhale, press into the right foot, straighten out the leg, bring your arms up to shoulder height, and then let them float down to your sides. Excellent job. We're going to rotate the right foot so feet are parallel to one another and move into our inner thigh stretch. All right. So if you have a really wide stance here, you actually might want to walk the feet together just a little bit. That gives us a little bit more area to move in and out of this stretch. So hands start on the hips. Let's exhale and fold forward. When we're halfway there, we're going to pause. We're going to keep the upper body here and just reach our arms straight down. It's okay if the fingers don't touch the floor. Let's take a deep breath in. And as we take a full breath out, we're going to bend the right knee, reach back through the tailbone and shift our weight into that right leg. So now our chest is coming down a little bit closer to the floor. Our hips are really reaching back behind us, but we're going to feel that stretch all the way down the inside of the left leg. So keep breathing. If it helps, look straight down so you don't feel any strain on the back of the neck. Let's inhale back to center, straightening out the right leg, and exhale, left side. Shift the weight into the left leg, bend the knee, reach back through the hips, now stretching the inside of the right leg. Excellent. Let's exhale, hips back to center, and round up, stacking the back. Excellent. Let's bring our feet together. Shake them out. Stand at the back of our mat in mountain pose, so our feet are under our hips, toes pointing forward. Let's bring our hands to prayer position at the center of the chest for chair pose. So we want to look straight ahead, find a focal point, keep the upper body nice and tall. Inhale and exhale, bend the knees, reach the tailbone back. So that's where we get our balance. Our hips are really reaching back so we can keep our knees over our ankles and heels as much as possible. We want to be able to glance down, still see the tops of our feet, wiggle our toes, and hold that chair pose as we build strength through the quads, the glutes, and hamstrings. Take one more breath and exhale, fold forward over the thighs, bring the hands to the mat, lift the heels up, and let's hold it here in our crouch or our ball to foot balance, inching our fingertips in until we can roll our shoulders back and stack them over the hips. Lifting the fingertips off the mat tonight, if that's available. Building strength through the feet. So we're getting into winter, slippery sidewalk time of year, so it's important to continue to strengthen the muscles of the feet and ankles. We don't want any accidents. All right, let's lower our fingertips down to the floor, gently lower the knees, keep the toes tucked, sit back on the heels, feel that stretch through the soles of the feet. Even out your breath. Adjust this posture if you need to by leaning forward, lifting the hips slightly. Excellent. Let's lower our hands again, flatten the tops of the feet to the mat, sit back on your heels and take a couple breaths in child's pose, just letting your body relax. Excellent. Let's lift our head, neck, and chest up. Walk the hands forward. Bring them under the shoulders. Knees should be under our hips. And we're going to do a couple cat-cows, moving with our breath. So exhale, really arch the back, draw the chin towards the chest. And then inhale, round the spine. So move at your own pace. Do one more. And then come to neutral spine. So we're going to lay back on the mat and do some of our hamstring stretches, inner thigh stretches, before rolling back over and doing our downward dog series. So let's come to the center of our mat, roll back, tuck the shoulder blades under, lower the left leg down, and we're going to lift the right foot up towards the ceiling. So bring your hands to the back of the hamstring, or if you can reach the back of the calf, go ahead. And we're just gently pulling the leg in, but I want you to keep your face, neck, chest, shoulders all relaxed, all down on the mat. Our left leg is also relaxed, and we're continuing to breathe. On your next inhale, I'd like you to walk your hands up the back of the leg, lifting your head and shoulders. So intensifying the stretch a little bit, bringing your leg in towards your face. Excellent. You can keep the hands there if you can, or you can walk them back down, lowering the head and shoulders to the mat. We're going to continue holding the right leg just in the right hand. Take a deep inhale. And as we exhale, we're opening the leg to the right side. So keep the left hip grounded on the mat, as well as the shoulders. And we want to feel this stretch through the inside of the right leg. Of course, if you don't have enough space in your room, you can just bend that knee. Let's inhale, right leg back up. Switch our grip, and exhale, lower the leg down to the left side. So again, you may need to bend your knee. I do in this case. Right arm is reaching out to the side. I'd like you to look past your right fingers, or at least past your right shoulder. The right hip has lifted off the mat. We're getting a gentle spinal twist here. If it's ever too intense, just lift the knee back up towards the ceiling. Excellent. Let's inhale the knee up, ground our hips, and exhale, lower the leg all the way down to the mat. Take a deep breath. Bring your awareness into the hamstrings, the hips, the lower back. Notice how your body's feeling now that we've stretched one side. And we'll switch sides. Inhale, lifting the left leg up. Bring your hands to the back of the thigh, calf or ankle, gently pulling the leg in towards the torso. So remember, we want to feel a stretch. But if your leg starts shaking or if it's painful, it might be a little too much, all right? So ease off a little bit if you find that happening. On your next inhale, lift the face, neck, and chest off of the mat, sliding your hands up the back of the leg a little bit more, drawing the knee in towards your face. Excellent. Let's slide back down. Continue holding the left leg in the left hand. Right arm's just going to come out to the side. And on your next exhale, we're opening the left leg out to the left side. Feeling that stretch through the inner thigh, keeping the right hip and both shoulders grounded. Excellent. Let's inhale the knee back to center. And exhale, cross the left leg over to the right side now. Left arm is extended out to the left side. Turn your head and look to the left. Excellent. Let's inhale, lift the leg back up towards the sky. Exhale, lower it all the way down. Let's bend both knees into our figure 4 stretch or our reclining pigeon, same thing. So let's pick up the right leg, place the right ankle on top of the left knee, reach the right hand through the legs, left hand on the outside, and gently draw the legs in towards your chest. So move gradually here. We often do this at the very end of class after we've done our traditional pigeon. So since we're doing it before tonight, just move into this gently, okay? Let your lower back relax. Let it ground down towards the mat. Release the hands, lower the left foot, and bring the right foot back down to the floor. We'll switch sides, picking up the left leg, left ankle on top of the right knee, left hand through the legs, right hand on the outside. Draw the legs in gently towards your chest. And release. Lower the right foot, lower the left foot. And now we're going to hug both knees into our chest. Gently rocking side to side, massaging the back. And then draw the knees away from one another. We're going to reach our arms between the legs, bringing the palms to the top of our feet. So you may need to pull your tailbone upwards slightly to get a hold of the feet. So palms on the top of the feet, fingers wrapping around the outside edges of each foot and moving into happy baby. So we're opening the feet away from one another, bringing the soles of the feet towards the sky. And we're just gently keeping the knees bent and pulling them down towards the mat just a little bit. We want to feel a little inner thigh stretch. So imagine you're squatting on the ceiling and just continue to breathe deeply. Excellent. Let's pull the heels back in towards the glutes, draw the thighs together, hug the knees back in towards the chest. And now let's rock along the length of the spine. We're going to come back up so we can roll over. So 3 or 4 times, tuck your chin towards your chest, come to a seated position, and then I'd like you to swing your legs around and come to downward facing dog. Okay, so from downward facing dog, just take a couple moments here pedaling the heels, so really stretching the calves, the Achilles tendon. And then on your next inhale, take a nice big step forward with the right foot. Let's place it between our hands, using our right hand maybe if we need to get that foot in place. We want to stack the knee over the ankle and drop our hips down and forward towards the mat. Our left knee remains straight and we're pressing back through the left heel to get the most out of this stretch. So again, we're all tight in a little bit different areas, but you'll feel your left hip flexor, maybe the inner thighs, lengthening here. Breathe deeply. Let's gently lower the left knee, flatten the top of the foot, keep the left hand where it is, and we're just going to reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. So rotating the chest towards the inner thigh, lengthen the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and breathe. Excellent. Lower the right hand back to the mat. And now gently press the hips back, straightening out the right leg, lifting the toes up, fold forward. So try and keep the right knee straight. Wiggle the heel out a little bit if you need to get the knee straight. And just fold forward. Excellent. Let's walk our hands forward. Come back into our low lunge. So plant the palms on the mat, framing that right foot. Curl the left toes under, lift the knee, hold it here, and breathe. Maybe you can notice a difference now that we're a little bit more warmed up and we've done this already. Our hips might be a little bit more down and forward. And from here, we're going to lift into our high lunge. So you can keep the legs where they are, or as always, you can lower the back knee or rotate the back heel to the mat. Your choice. Let's take a deep breath in. As we exhale, press into the right foot, turn on that right quad so we can inch our fingertips off of the mat, roll the shoulders back, stack them over the hips, and then bring our hands into prayer position. Holding it here, finding a point to focus on, keeping the hips down and forward so we get a real challenge, a strength building challenge in the right quad, and nice length through the left hip flexor. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, fold forward again, frame the right foot, press into the palms so we can step the right leg back to downward dog. Excellent job. Pedal the heels. Notice the way the right leg feels versus the left. And we'll switch sides now. So inhale, left foot, big step forward, bring it between the hands, coming into our low lunge. So notice your alignment, knee is over heel, hips are down and forward. Maybe you need to wiggle the right foot back a little bit in order to have the proper alignment. Or breathing deeply. Excellent. Let's keep the right hand where it is. We're going to lift the left arm up, opening up the chest, rotating it towards the left inner thigh. Look up towards the left hand. And lower the left hand down to the mat. Gently lower the right knee if it's not already there. And we're going to walk our hands back, straightening out the left leg, lifting the toes, folding forward over the thigh. Excellent. Walk the hands forward. Plant them on either side of the left foot. Curl the right toes. Lift the right knee off the mat. Back into our low lunge. Hips down and forward. And from here, high lunge. So you can take the variation with the back leg, knee on the mat, or heel. Press deeply into the left foot so we can turn on the quad. Lift your eyes up, find a point to focus on, rolling the shoulders back, stacking them over the hips. Bring the hands to the heart. Can you sink down a little bit deeper? Excellent. And let's exhale, fold forward, hands back down to the mat. Press into the palms, step the left leg back. Downward dog, pedal your heels. A couple nice deep breaths. And now inhale, lift the right heel up towards the sky, bend the knee, pull the bent knee in towards your chest for pigeon, lowering the knee between your hands. Relax the left leg back. Inhale, lift your chest, look upwards. Exhale, fold forward, lowering your chest over the right thigh. And lower your forehead down towards the mat. So if it doesn't touch, stack one fist on top of the other or make a pillow with your hands. The more relaxed, the better. Excellent. Let's lift the head, neck, and chest up. Walk our hands to either side of the right leg. We're going to keep our right hand anchored, and we're going to work on our left quad and hip flexor stretch, only if you're up for it today. So if you are, we're turning on the left glute and hamstring in order to bend the knee and lift the heel upwards. Reaching back with the left hand, grab a hold of the foot or ankle or pant leg, and gently draw the heel in towards your shoulders. So our right hand is supporting us. It's preventing us from rolling onto the right hip. If you've got a block at home, you could always wedge a block under the right hip. Good. Let's gently release that leg. Bring the left hand forward. Curl the left toes. Press into the palms. Lift the hips up and back. Downward dog, switching sides. Inhale, left heel up. Bend the knee. Pull the knee in towards the chest and lower it down between the hands. Relax the right leg back. Inhale, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Let's inhale, head, neck, and chest up. Walk the hands back, framing the left knee now. Turning on the right glute and hamstring to lift the right heel. Reach back with the right hand, grabbing a hold of the foot or ankle and drawing it in towards the torso. Excellent. Let's release the right leg. Sit down into the left hip. Keep the left leg where it is. We're moving into spinal twist. So let's swing the right leg around, plant the right foot on the outside of the left knee or thigh, and then ground down into the right hip. So both sits bones are glued to our mat. We're going to bring the right hand behind the back, just behind the tailbone. Inhale, left arm up, nice and tall. Exhale, lower it on the outside of the right thigh. Open the chest to the right. And then look over the right shoulder. Excellent. Let's release. Bring the chest forward. And we're going to switch our legs. So the right leg now is coming down to the mat, knee is bent, and the knee is in line with the center of the chest. Left foot steps across and is now planted on the outside of the right thigh. Bring the left hand behind the back. Inhale, right arm up, opening to the chest to the left, and then lower the right arm on the outside of the left thigh. Look over the left shoulder. Good, let's come back to center. And just move that left leg over to the left side in front of the left hip. And we're going to pick up the right leg and do the same. So our knees are bent, feet are in line with the hips. Let's draw our abdominals in towards the spine, leaning back on the tailbone for boat pose. So we don't want to end up with a C-shaped spine. We want to be nice and tall and just lean back. All right, so that's a little bit more challenging. Our hands are facing the legs, and when you're ready, let's lift both feet, if we can tonight, off of the mat, holding it here, breathing and focusing our eyes on a point that's not moving. If you're up for a challenge, straighten out the legs, but try and keep the back as tall and as straight as possible. Excellent. Let's lower our feet down to the mat, keep the abs engaged, and roll down a little bit at a time. We're going to continue to work the abs and do some leg lifts. So I'm going to do them double leg lifts, both legs together. If at any point you'd like to do single leg lifts, meaning alternating legs, go right ahead. Our palms are going to come down to our sides, and then we're going to gently tuck them under the glutes, just a little bit, tucking the shoulder blades under the back of the body and straightening out the legs. So we really want to move with our breath. Let's inhale the legs up, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, inhale up, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, inhale up, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, inhale up, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, inhale up, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, and 4. Heels on the mat. Release the hands. Take a deep breath. Let your abs and your hip flexors relax. And from here, we're going to lift into shoulder stand. We have our abs already nice and warm, so it should be easy to lift the legs up tonight. If you plan, or I should say, if you'd like, you can always do legs up the wall for a more restorative version of the posture. Your choice. So if you're doing shoulder stand, arms next to the sides, use the palms to help you as we draw the knees in towards the chest, press into the palms, lift the hips up, and then bring the hands to the lower back, straightening out the legs when you're ready. If at any point you'd like to roll down, go right ahead. Point and flex your feet a couple times. And then bring one leg in towards your face, reaching away through the opposite leg. And then gently switch directions. And then if you'd like to move into plow, let's work on lowering the toes down to the mat overhead. If you'd prefer, you can come back up to shoulder stand, or you can roll down. And let's lower our palms to the mat, bend the knees in towards the face. Gently slide the knees down the front of the body, lowering the back, the tailbone, and then the soles of the feet down to the mat. Let's pick up the right leg and place the right knee on top of the left knee. So as if we're sitting cross-legged in a chair, our thighs are together. Bring our arms out to the sides, and we're just going to gently lower our knees down to the left side. So when the right leg is crossed on top, we lower our knees to the left, and we look over our right shoulder. Excellent. Let's draw the knees back up to center, and we'll switch sides. So lower the right foot to the mat, cross the left leg over the right, and then gently lower the knees down to the right side, and look over your left shoulder. Excellent. Bring the hips back to center and lower both legs down to the mat, sliding your heels about mat width apart, relaxing your arms halfway between your hips and your shoulders with the palms up towards the ceiling, tucking the shoulder blades under so our chest and collarbone are open and we can breathe deeply. Let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let your whole body melt down into the mat. Let go of any thoughts, plans, ideas. If your mind begins to wander at any point, once you realize it, just bring your awareness back to your breath and back to your body. As we bring the awareness all the way down to our feet, I'd like you to notice if there's any muscles that are still tight, tense, and let them relax. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm. My breathing is even. I am completely relaxed. Om. Bring awareness back to your body. Begin to move your fingers and toes. Gently lift your arms overhead and lengthen your body, awakening it. And then begin to roll to the side. Take a nice deep breath and press back up to a seated position. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Namaste. Great job tonight, everyone. Thank you for working hard, not only tonight, but through the entire session. Tonight is our last class of the fall session, but we'll be back in January. You should see it online and in the brochure soon. I'll be offering Monday and Wednesday nights again. The only change is that we'll be starting at 6 rather than 6:30. Just trying something new. Let me know what you think about that. But I hope you all have a very healthy couple weeks. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope it's all wonderful. And I know this was a wild year, but I'm glad we're together. I'm glad we're doing this. It's definitely good for our health and our mental health as well. So I wish you all a very happy end to 2020, and I will see you in January.